Good morning, green math folks. Today we're talking about subtracting decimals. So remember yesterday we added decimals, and what did I say was the so most important thing to do at the beginning was to line up our decimal points, right? So that's the same thing for today. We need to line up our decimal points so that our place values line up, okay? If we were gonna subtract 19 minus 7, which would be the right way to write that? Should we write it this way or this way? Yeah, this way, because our ones places line up. Here we have our ones place in with our tens place. Right? We wouldn't even be able to do that. So we need to make sure that our place values line up. And when we're dealing with decimals, the easiest way to do that is to line up our decimal points. Because sometimes we don't have the same amount of numbers. Okay, so using the decimal point is the easiest way to see where everything should be lined up. So let's look at here. This top number only has two numbers, 1 and 7/10, whereas our bottom number has 1 and 59 hundredths. So in order to start, can we do blank? Do we know how to subtract a blank? No. So we need to figure out what that number is. So what number do you see in our hundredths place? Well, there's no number there. So what is it? It's 0, right? If there's no number, then it's 0. It's nothing. And the same as nothing is 0. So now we have 1 and 70 hundredths minus 1 and 59 hundredths. So we're going to start on the right side, just like always, right is right, and do 0 take away 9. If I have 0, can I take away 9? No, so I need to borrow. So I will cross out my 7, turn it into a 6, and now I have 10 minus 9. So 10 hundredths minus 9 hundredths is 1 hundredth. Now I have 6 tenths minus 5 tenths is 1 tenth. And 1 minus 1 is 0. And let's make sure that we put our decimal point down. So 0.11, or 0 and 11 hundredths. Let's try one more together, and actually let's do two more together. We'll start with number 1. Number 1 is an easy one, just so you can see how easy it can be. 1.8 minus 1.2. Do we start on the left side or the right side? The right side. And we made sure that we lined up our decimal points. 8 minus 2 is 6, right? 8 tenths minus 2 tenths is 6 tenths. Then we have to drop our decimal point down. And 1 minus 1 is 0, 0.6. All right, now let's look at number... Let's try number 4. Number 4 says 1.7 minus 0.48. I made special care to make sure that I lined up my decimal points. And then here, I have blank minus 8. Well, I can't take away from blank, so I need to write it as a number. So what number do we have there? We have nothing. Nothing is 0. So we'll put our 0 in. If I have 0 hundredths, can I take away 8 hundredths? No, so I will need to borrow. So I cross out my 7 tenths, and then I change it to 10 hundredths. 10 hundredths minus 8 hundredths is 2 hundredths. Next, I've got 6 tenths minus 4 tenths, which is 2 tenths. Super important that I remember to put down my decimal. And then 1 take away 0 is, 1 take away 0 is 1. So I have 1 and 22 hundredths. All right, please, 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 the two things that you need to look out for: making sure your place values line up, okay, by making sure that your decimal points line up, and making sure that you don't cheat, right? If it says 0 hundredths minus 6 hundredths, can we do that? No. You can't take away from 0. You can't take 6 away from 0. So if you need to borrow, make sure that you borrow and that you don't cheat. All right. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.